All right. So we have we developed a new product over the last 4.5 years, which is called Scene Elements. And my presentation shows what is it made of. It's very different to all technologies you probably are aware of. Then a quick overview, how it has been tested and how is it used. We have basically two options for new glasses, where it's laminated inside glass and as a retrofit solution for existing glasses. Then a couple of project photos to discuss the main issues we are usually asked by architects, and finally questions. All right, the product, as I said, we started the development about 4.5 years ago. The elements are made of multi-layer PET film. We use about 70% recycled PET. The thickness of one single element is about 150 microns. It usually has one metallic front and a black rear side. The metallic front can either be shiny, which is the photo on the left side, or matte, which is the photo in the center. And we also have the product available in both sides, shiny if we have, let's say, bird strikes problem on both sides of the glass. And the dots you see here, they are 9 millimeter, the diameter is 9 millimeter. And you see they are in the glass. We get a kind of three-dimensional shape, which is more visible on the shiny surface than on the matte surface. We started tests at the biological station Hohenau-Ringelsdorf in their flight tunnel in June 2019. Did further tests in 2020 and 21, and are currently producing the glasses for the tests for this year. In the flight tunnel test, we basically separate either a reflection testing, basically for facade, which is called the WIN test, and transparency tests like ONR or NPV for noise protection wall. And we started in 2019 with facade tests. So we used a pattern with 9 millimeter dots and 90 millimeter space from center dot to center dot inside the laminated glass. So we had both sides of 4 millimeter glass and 1.52 millimeter lamination foil in between. Both glasses reached a result of 9%, which means 9% of the birds flew towards the test glass and 91% flew against the not marked opposite glass. In 2020, we repeated the test with the Scene Shiny 990 pattern, but this time we used the laminated glass, which we tested the year before, as part of a double IGU, because this is usually the application we have on a facade. And the IGU was made with a low-E coating. And we got an even better result with only 6% of the birds flying towards the test glass. So we were again highly effective. We also did two further tests, also wind tests. One was the 690 pattern, so 6 millimeter dot diameter with a 90 millimeter grit as a laminated glass, and reached a result of 13%, which is still effective, but not highly effective anymore. And we made a 350 millimeter pattern with very small dots, again, inside the laminated glass, and the result was 14%, so again, effective. Last year, we finally made, again, the 990 pattern inside the laminated glass, but this time we used a more reflective solar control coating behind the dots on surface 4, and we still reached a highly effective result of 10%. The solar control coating had an outer reflection level of 19%, so it was really very reflective. And last year, we also started to test noise protection wall glass, which means Scene Shiny on both sides. Again, in the 990 millimeter pattern inside the laminated glass, and the result there was again 6% highly effective. So this leads to a statement by biological station Hohenau-Ringeldorf, which says our product can be used in combination with all available glass coatings with an outer reflection level of maximum 19%, which is very unique in the market. And again, we will do further tests this year. We plan to do tests in 2023 and 2024. We have some ideas to make the product even better, but we'll see how this works. So how are they used? As I said, we have basically two applications. The tests were always made with a laminated glass. So we had glass on both sides, PVB foil inside at the glass, and our product inside the laminated foils. We have a partnership with an American company called Eastman, which is the world's manufacturer of these PVB lamination foils. Their official product name is Saflex FlySafe 3D. They're focusing at the moment only on the Seen Shiny 990 millimeter grit, so the one which has always been tested as highly effective. And distribution is exclusively through Eastman subsidiaries in Belgium and the States. And the product is basically offered to any glass companies that get specified by them. All of them can use this foil with our bird protection pattern on it. The official start was a couple of weeks ago, 10th May. And the main advantages we have, we are highly effective. Although we only have a covered surface of less than 1%, which leaves it almost invisible for the human eye. We don't have a surface one solution, so we're protected inside the laminated glass, which makes the product very durable. It lasts at least 20, 25, 30 years. We have this three-dimensional surface reinforced by the glass lamination. Comparing to other on-glass solutions like screen printing or acid etching on surface one, we do not need a tempered glass. We can work with float glass. Our product is coming on rolls, so the glass processing can be done locally. Transport does not need to be done with a finished glass, it can just be the foil. It can be combined with different glass coatings of different glass manufacturers, and it can easily be used for curved glasses. I put a video on the presentation, just in case someone wants the presentation to get by email. I don't show this here. I think we do not have time for that. Then we have the Onglass retrofit solution. This was basically development of this part started in 2021, basically after we got the second year's test results. Basically on request of Bodensee-Stiftung, because they asked us, can you please now do something similar that works as well as what has been tested as a retrofit solution? So it can basically apply directly on the glass surface, either surface 1, surface 2, surface 4, depending on the glass composition. Surface 1 always works. The official product name here is Seen Shiny 990. We also use the Seen Matte 990, then we have the Seen Shiny 990 for inside application, and the Seen Shiny 990 Dual for, let's say, noise protection balls where you have bird strike problems from both sides of the glass. Distribution is exclusively through us with our subsidiaries in Switzerland and Austria. The advantages here are, again, highly effective with a covered surface of less than 1%. And the result should be even more effective than what has been tested in the laminated glass, because we are not, in the laminated glass, we are behind the first layer of glass. With the retrofit solution used on surface 1, we are in front of the first layer of glass. So the tester, they basically say the product should be even more effective. For the retrofit product, we also do not need tempered glass. And one of the marks or the requirements from Bodensee-Stiftung was that we should develop a product that is not covering the full glass surface, so that it can easily be done, let's say, by private people. So the product we use now is, or the solution we use now is that we, at the end, only have single element on the glass. So it can easily be used by private users. We have a video of a private user, and I'll give you a quick, see if this works. Quickly see how this goes. So this is what we deliver. All right. Okay. Let me see where we are. Okay. We started with about 30 projects, which are overviewed by Vogelwarte Sempach, just to see if the product really works as well out in the green as in the flight tunnel. And we can say after now almost 9 months that we basically have no bird strikes anymore, even on projects where originally were dead birds 2-3 times a week. So a couple of Onglass project photos showing the two main things that we get usually asked. From the outside, how much is the pattern affecting the building in general? And how reflective are the dots? Does it affect the neighborhood? Are they blinded by the reflection? And I think as you can see here, it is very neutral. From a certain distance, you hardly see the dots. But as I said, so far we can say after about 5,000 square meters realized, bird strikes has been reduced significantly on most projects down to 0. So I think it's from outside, it's a very, very neutral solution, and it works. And from inside, so you see 2 glasses that are completely made with this 990 pattern with the black rear side towards the inner side. And they're hardly to see here. Sometimes you see it in the blue sky areas, you see some dots, but it does not really, it really does not affect the view from inside to outside. And we get a lot of response from, especially from private people. They say after 2 or 3 days, you don't realize that there are dots anymore. Another project, which is very close to the Lake of Constance in Metnau. So the view from the outside with the view to the metallic side of the dots on the left side, and basically the same part from the inside to outside. Again, you hardly see the dots from a certain distance. Only in the blue area and the blue sky you see some dots, but they are everywhere on the glass here. All right. Any questions?